Lexington's fireworks come home, the Sheep and Fiber Festival, and Craft Beer Week is almost here. All this and more on this week's edition of Lexington Now. I'm Noel, and this is Lexington Now for the week of May 6, 2019. Lexington's popular Independence Day fireworks display is coming back to downtown after a brief hiatus and will be launched from a familiar location, the R.J. Corman Rail Yard. Here are the details.
So Lexington cares a lot about fireworks. We want them to be big, to light up the sky, and to take our breath away, right? We want to look up to the sky on the 4th of July and go, ooh, oh, you've done it before. Well, get ready, because just 65 days from now, on July the 4th, right downtown, we will have those fireworks. After last year's fireworks display, there was much discussion about how we could improve. The city has been working with the Downtown Lexington Partnership, which organizes the event. We weren't making a lot of progress, and then, early in my term, Ed Quinn reached out to me, and I am so glad that he did. He expressed to me his interest in partnering with the city for the greater good. We were able to form a partnership to once again launch the fireworks from the R.J. Corman lot downtown. The fireworks display has been launched from this site many times. We are confident returning here to the R.J. Corman property will allow for a grand fireworks display. And with support from Ball Homes and Central Bank, we will be able to afford a great show produced by world-famous Zambelli Fireworks.
R.J. Corman's very excited to be here and to bring the fireworks back to downtown Lexington in a safe environment and we think an ideal place to view the fireworks. We're standing here next to the Lexington Yard, which is part of our Central Kentucky line, which is the largest of our 13 now railroads and 1,000 miles of track that we operate. We have multiple businesses that run in 24 different states, but this is home. Our headquarters are here in Central Kentucky. Out of the 1,700 or so employees that we have, roughly 700 live and work in Central Kentucky. So we're very excited about bringing this back downtown, providing we think a great and safe place to launch the fireworks. And again, I want to thank the mayor, her staff, the first responders that are going to be here and helping everybody during the 4th of July, Central Bank and Ball Homes, because we couldn't do it without you guys. So thank you very much.
As we know, when people work together in the community, great things happen, and we're excited to have the fireworks downtown again. It's such a huge economic driver for the downtown during the 4th of July weekend as well. On behalf of the DLP, I would like to thank Ed Quinn and the entire team at R.J. Corman Railroad Company for their willingness to host the 4th of July fireworks for 2019. Additionally, without the support of Mayor Linda Gordon and her staff, this endeavor would not be possible. We are excited to continue our partnership with many divisions of city government in producing meaningful and high-quality events for all of Lexington. Next, you can't thank them enough, but I want to thank the Ball family, Ray, Linda, Mike, and then Jim Parsons, who's our CFO, for their support of this event as well. Their investment in downtown DLP allows us to produce events that are free and accessible to the entire community. We encourage residents of Lexington and our city's visitors to truly make the 4th a day to remember in downtown. Registration is open for the Bluegrass 10,000 foot race or road race. Jim, you got your entry in, don't you? I'm retired. Okay. And vendors will spend the day with an assortment of food, drink, and more. Our parade will entertain all ages and many of our town-down restaurants, bars, and retail shops will be open for business and ready to show off all that we have to offer.
The Kentucky Sheep and Fiber Festival is back at Masterson Station Park for its 10th year. Here's what it's all about.
I'm Amber Luallen with Lexington Parks and Recreation, and this year is the 10th anniversary for the Kentucky Sheep and Fiber Festival, which will be held at Masterson Station Park in the fairgrounds on Saturday, May 18th and Sunday, May 19th. Saturday is from 9 to 5 and Sunday is 10 to 4. We also have workshops all day on Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. And those workshops, the whole festival is kind of like the popular farm to table. This is what we call sheep to shawl or animal to shawl. And we have all different kinds of fiber animals that are on site, and then the products that artists make from their fleece and wool and fur. So we have bunnies, Angora bunnies, llama, alpaca, and of course sheep. And then we have 100 different vendors who have created beautiful yarns of all of those different kinds of fiber. And so you can learn how to do some of the skills needed for if you aren't already, or you can hone those skills. If you are already a knitter or already a fiber working person working in fiber, you can go to some of the workshops and learn some of the new skills or better your skills. Or if you're a beginner, there are things for beginners as well. And then you can go inside and buy the beautiful yarns and beautiful felts and things that you would need to create these products. But if you're not a knitter or a person who works with yarn and fiber, we have something for everyone. There is, for kids, it's a great thing because of all of the animals. There is sheep shearing, and they talk about the industry. There are wonderful food vendors on site. We have lots of demonstrations of spinning, carding, all of the processing that has to happen with the fiber once it comes off of the animals. So you get to see that full range of what it takes to get the yarns and the fibers that we use every day in our lives. So it's a wonderful educational opportunity for kids to come out and see this full range of activities. Saturday, May 18th from 9 to 5 p.m. and Sunday, May 19th from 10 to 4 p.m. The workshops take place all day Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. If you go to KentuckySheepandFiberFestival.com, you can sign up for the various workshops and see all that are happening. There's weaving, there's felting, there's knitting, there's basket making. There's all different kinds of workshops taking place on those 2 days. And then we run a shuttle from the fairgrounds to the stock dog trials, the Bluegrass stock dog trial, which is also here in Masterson at the same time, where you can see the dogs work the sheep. So that all of that is that same weekend, and it's a wonderful way to come out and see our agricultural community and all the different aspects of the sheep industry. It is $5 for admission. Children 12 and under are free. All of the workshops require registration, which you can find on the website, KentuckySheepandFiberFestival.com. Some of them are full, but we still have a lot of openings in many of them. So you can take a look at that menu of offerings and pick something and learn a new skill, and then buy the products that you need to create that piece of work.
After the break, get ready for Craft Beer Week.
Hi, my name is Cassie Bell, and my family was saved by smoke alarms installed by the Lexington Fire Department. I heard about the program that the Lexington Fire Department offers through word of mouth. I wanted to make sure my family was safe, and the program being 100% free definitely allowed me to feel okay about calling the fire department and having that installed. About 2 o'clock in the morning, I woke to the loud beeping, went down my stairs, and not only was my kitchen filled with smoke, but I had flames going up my wall. By being awoken to the beginning of the fire, in essence, I was able to put out the fire myself. It was good and loud when I needed it. I was grateful to have 6 working smoke alarms. I have 2 daughters, 18-year-old Madison and 14-year-old Allison Bell. We easily could have been a statistic. I would not have woken up until something, if I would have even woken up, until something major would have happened. And for the Lexington Fire Department to offer the installation of not 1 but 6 working fire alarms, smoke alarms in our home was something that I was just immensely grateful for, and I want to make sure that other families know about this great program.
Welcome back to Lexington Now. Lexington's Craft Beer Week is May 10th through 19th and will showcase the best our local brewing talent has to offer.
Lexington Craft Beer Week is May 10th through 19th. There are 28 locations and over 55 events of any type. Some are at breweries. There are others that are at locations like Wenchell's or Shamrock or the Legends game. There's some at Drake's and the Burl. So a little bit of everything for everyone. So it's most of the local breweries that you love. The point of Craft Beer Week is to celebrate and promote and introduce those local breweries and what they're doing to Lexington. So the hope and the goal for Lexington Craft Beer Week is to introduce local breweries to the city and to people who maybe are familiar with some of the breweries but not the newer ones, or they try something new that they haven't had before. We want to introduce them to all of the things that the local craft beer community is doing. They're great advocates and supporters of the community outside of just beer, and they do a lot behind the scenes for the city of Lexington. So we want to support them and introduce the city to what they're doing and who they are. All of these breweries are all locally owned. They're all small businesses and all their owners are located here in town. So, we want to make sure that we're supporting them and what they're doing. They support the community through not just beer related things, but through outreach and community service and things like that. So, while it's great to support local businesses, we also want to make sure that people realize all that we have to offer when it comes to craft beer. Bluegrass Trail is a sponsor and partner of Lexington Craft Beer Week, and they've got the booklet that you can, take around to the different breweries, and they're doing a great job of helping promote that as well. But this just further continues that outreach and promotion of what's happening with the craft beer scene. Chris, the owner of Lex Beer Scene, and a couple of others felt like this was a great opportunity to introduce folks to the booming craft beer scene, but also to new things that they were doing. Through this series, there are a lot of new releases, a lot of collaborations that are happening but aren't happening as often. So he started this series with several of the breweries in town to promote that and promote what's going on, and hopefully somebody that's never tried a cider before leaves with a new love for cider, or if they haven't visited Fusion Brewing yet because it's new, they get a chance to go down there because there's something going on and it gives them an excuse to go check it out. So it's been going on for several years and continues to grow each year as far as length of time and number of participants. There's over 55 events this year, which is great, and it really brings in what they're doing. But each year they try to just get with the breweries and see what they want to promote and what they're trying to advocate for and go from there. So there are so many events, and again, there are some that are at breweries and not at breweries, so you can kind of pick and choose. Hopefully you can make it to all, but that's quite the 10-day schedule that you'll be having. But Ethereal is doing a Trials of the Sun Warrior release. Country Boy and West 6 are going to release another version of their country western, which is always a favorite. And the Country Boy Georgetown location is doing a beer cheese contest associated with this. Alltech is doing their home brew off and Pro-Am beer festival this year. Mirror Twins doing a big bottle release. Blue Stallion has test batch Tuesdays that they're running throughout the series. Fusion Brewing's releasing a mango guava sour, which is called Petri Dish and sounds pretty cool. And then West 6 is doing one of their West 6 for a Cause events to benefit Broke Spoke with Wenchell's, and they're doing a big beer dinner, which should be fun. So from the guest perspective, they love it because these events are easy to access and they're accessible by all. Obviously, you do have to be 21, but outside of that, there's no limits and there's no exclusions as to who can attend, which is great for them. And it's one of those scenarios where they might not necessarily show up to try a cider beer on their own accord, but because there's something going on, they'll go. It's part of a series. and they're excited about it. Their friends are going, and it becomes a big thing, which makes it a little bit more appealing to go out and try something or go to a new place that you haven't been. From the brewery's perspective, I think they kind of see it the same way. It gets folks out that haven't been to their spot before, but it also gets people to try something that they maybe wouldn't necessarily be apt to try on their own. So, you know, they like the exposure and the awareness, and you know, having this series where everyone's talking about is craft beer, and the hope for them is that someone comes and tries it and then becomes a longtime regular guest. So the full list of events is on the Lex Beer Scene website, which is lexbeerscene.com/LCBW, which is Lexington Craft Beer Week. And it's got the full list of events there and links to each location or event or brewery's details. And then you can also find that information on Facebook. We've got a Lexington Craft Beer Week event that you can join, which will send regular updates on new announcements and goings on throughout the 2-week period, which will also tag, you know, the locations and all of that. And of course, if you've got a favorite brewery, you can follow their social media pages and find out details on their events as well.
The city's certification program, Green Check, is designed to help businesses build a sustainable business model. Noel Osborn explains.
Green Check is the City of Lexington's Green Business Certification Program. It's open to all businesses located here in Fayette County, and businesses can apply usually in late September. There's about a month for the application window. They apply online, and the City of Lexington will select about 8 to 10 businesses to go through the program that year. Once the business is selected, they sit down with me and we go through a 5-page scorecard that covers various areas of sustainability. We assess where that business already is, and we set goals for that business to work on throughout the program. Once the business reaches a certain score on the scorecard and has hit all of the required items, they become a member of Green Check. Now, we do have different levels: member, bronze, silver, and gold. And we're actually here at Broomwagon Bikes and Coffee, and they are a bronze member, and they were certified in 2017. A lot of businesses will definitely look at energy efficiency, for example, because that generally drives down costs for running a business. So businesses tend to replace a lot of their light bulbs from CFLs to LEDs. They try to use daylight space whenever possible by turning off the lights. This is actually a fantastic room for that. A lot of windows and things like that. Once a business becomes certified, we maintain a relationship with that business. We check in frequently to see if there's any new initiatives, or just check in to highlight different things that they're doing via our blog. We put it out on social media on Live Green Lexington. We also try to plan activities to keep the businesses involved, such as Green Check exclusive tours of the recycling center, wastewater treatment. We went out to the solar farm last fall. That was pretty exciting for the businesses. So we try to offer different things to keep them involved, but also just to check in and see what's going on and help promote what they're doing that's sustainable. So when they're going through the program, and even after they're certified, and actually any business that is looking to be more green, everyone can go on the Green Check website, which is at lexingtonky.gov/greencheck. They can go on there and click on the resource tab, and we have a plethora of information for businesses. We've got recycling guides, we've got information sheets on how to be more energy efficient, water efficient, things like that. There's also links to other programs like the Citizens Environmental Academy, where to buy local, things like that. So anyone can go on our Green Check website and get more information on how to green up their business.
We are once again joined by Chris Edwards with the weekly preview of our live meeting coverage.
Thanks, Neil. Lex TV has several meetings to tell you about for the week of May 6th. First, on Tuesday, May 7th, is the Council's Planning and Public Safety Committee meeting at 1 p.m. During this meeting, there'll be a presentation on the enforcement of traffic laws by the Division of Police's Traffic Section. I expect we'll hear more about moving violations on Lexington streets. Then, after that, there'll be a presentation on the policy recommendation for shared use mobility devices. This has to do with those orange rental bikes you see around town. There's even been talk about bringing motorized scooters to Lexington. Then at 3 p.m. on Tuesday will be the council's work session. Moving to Wednesday at 9 a.m. is the Police and Fire Pension Board meeting. The Courthouse Area Design Review Board meeting, originally scheduled for 2 p.m. on Wednesday, has been canceled. Still on Wednesday at 5 p.m. is the Board of Architecture Review meeting. If you live in an historic overlay district in Lexington, this meeting is definitely for you. The last meeting for the week is Thursday's May 9th Planning Commission meeting. This week's agenda will be about subdivision items. Remember, you can catch these meetings live here on Lex TV and web streamed on the city's website at lexingtonky.gov. Neil, back to you.
Thanks, Chris. And that's all for this week, but you can keep up with us on social media and check out the latest traffic updates on Twitter at LexRex, or catch our live traffic cams on lexingtonky.gov. For the staff and producers at Lex TV, I'm Neil Noah, and that's it for now.